Alright guys, today I want to do a full unboxing review and set up on my new Navitomoon AI voice recorder and translator. I do want to say thank you to the company for sending it out for review, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's the first one I got in that's like does both recording and translating, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, there it is. So you get the user manual for it. As well as a Type-C charging cable. So let's go ahead and actually turn it on. Take a look at it. That's a really nice display. It reminds me of like the first, like one of the first iPods, but let's go ahead and actually turn it on. All right, there it is. Let's actually go through some of the settings and actually test it out. Before we actually get into it, it does have a 16 gigabyte memory built into it. It can hold up to about 300 hours worth of voice recordings on here. And then the battery will last up to 15 hours straight of recording, which is actually not bad considering the size of the display. But the other cool thing is this part is touchscreen. So I thought that was really cool, really neat, a little bit more modern. It's got standard recording, speech recording, voice translation, MP3, and then your settings. One of the things that I wanted to point out real quick on the settings, it does connect to Wi-Fi, it does connect to Bluetooth, and then you can also update it here as well, so that way it keeps all the most up-to-date features on it. Let's go ahead and actually start using some of the features. We'll go ahead and do standard recording, and then we'll hit that plus button. And then it's gonna ask you in what language. So we'll go ahead and English, hit this. So I'm actually curious how this is gonna sound. So obviously it does have a speaker built into it, as well as a slot right here for your headphones. So that way, if it's just something a little more personal, you just want everybody hearing, you can just connect your headphones on here and hear how it sounds. So now that we've got a couple seconds of voice on here, let's go ahead and actually hear it. And then it says, do you want to save it? We'll go ahead and hit save. So it says save successfully. Test it out. So I'm actually curious how this is going to sound. So obviously it does have a speaker built into it, as well as a slot right here for your headphones. So that way, if it's just something a little more personal, you just want everybody hearing, just connect your headphones on here. That's really cool. So as you can see, it sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up to the Wi-Fi just to kind of see what other features are on here that I'm not getting. All right, so one of the other features is once you actually have it connected to the Wi-Fi, I went back to the recording that I just had. And if you hit this little button right here, it'll actually transcribe it for you. So as you can see, transcription in progress. So it says it's complete, get results. So as you can see, it literally just transcribed everything I was just telling you guys right on here. And I actually did pretty good. So another very cool feature on here. So now let's actually try voice translation and see how that does. What's cool about voice translation, it actually supports up to 134 different languages on here. So let's go voice, English to Spanish. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this actually translates it. So it literally transcribed it in English and Spanish. So that's literally this. So we're gonna actually go see how it works and translates it, and then it puts right here. Entonces vamos a ver cómo cómo eso realmente lo traduce. So vamos a ver. So as you can see, that's pretty good. It translated in both languages. So if you guys are going like outside of the country and there might be some language barriers, this might be like super handy to have. Like I said, maybe not for the entire thing, but for those real quick scenarios where it's kind of like maybe an emergency or something like that, you can use something like this. Now let's go ahead and try speech recording. So when you hit speech and or voice translation, it'll have 6 different languages on here. So Chinese, English, Japanese, Korean, French, and Spanish. So we'll go ahead and go back. We'll go ahead and do Spanish, see how it does in Spanish. Vamos a ver cómo trabaja este artículo ahora que estamos hablando en español. So just make a quick one. Let's try it out. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the file to actually transcribe it. Transcribing in progress. It's done. So there it is, transcribed in Spanish. Very cool. So like I said, it does support many languages and you can actually change it. So that was in Spanish. Let's go ahead and switch it to English. So let's see how this article works, is what I said in Spanish. So like I said, that text will even transcribe it in whatever different language you want. So man, this thing is very, very cool. The other cool thing about it is there is no subscription required, and as well as like no subscription required ever on it. So you can transcribe as many times as you want with no time frame or time limit on it. And it also can catch voices from up to 10 meters away, as well as it'll have good noise cancellation built into it as well. So if you guys are looking for a recorder for like a meeting, classroom, or an interview or anything like that, a conference, definitely look into this one. Like I said, and it also includes that benefit that you can also have a translator built into it as well. So if you guys are looking for a new translator / voice recorder, definitely look into this one. I'm gonna leave that link down below. Highly recommend.